says hello, hello. Oh, we are live. Awesome. So we are live. I can see. Beautiful, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Just setting it up here. Hello guys, how are ya? Hello guys, let me know if it is working. Hello guys, let me know if it is working. Hello guys, let me know if it is working. Hello guys, let me know if fresh week format. Hello guys, let me know if fresh week format. Hello guys, sound of 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 fresh week. There it is. Sorry, there was some computer sounds as well. That wasn't the plan, obviously. Obviously. So don't do that. As always, guys, you can just ask me any questions. Also, if you can hear this, let me know the sound. Is it good? Is it bad? All that good stuff. As mentioned, this is the first time ever since I've freshly formatted my PC. So yeah. That's too loud for you now. Four views. Hello, guys. Hello. So yeah, yeah. As always, let me know any questions, any tickers, anything you want to us to look at. We will do it here, and I will give you my best and most honest opinion. So yeah, don't be shy. Don't be shy. Okay. Cap. Cap. No cap. No cap. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens to Nvidia. They have earnings coming in, I think, in less than 1 hour. So again, Nvidia could take the entire market down. It really could take the entire market down. I do think though that they will have good. It's very weak, Lucas. Okay, very weak sound. How do I boost that? Can I boost it somehow? Maybe I can move this one closer. I don't know if that works. Or maybe I need to boost it. I think I boosted it last time as well. So um,
Did that make any difference? I think it did. No sound? I think maybe this was better, right? I hope this one worked. Let me know. I just, as mentioned, I reinstalled my PC a few weeks ago, so I need to set everything up again. But I think this one is better. I think you have. I think you. Yeah. Exactly. I used a wrong microphone, so that is why I used it. I used one of my headset. I didn't have the correct, the one that I used for streaming and recording. So that's why. Thank you, Lucas. Thank you. Otherwise, this could have been a very, very silent stream. So But yeah, Nvidia earnings coming out after hours. Again, Nvidia could take down the entire market if the people do not like it. I do think they will have a massive earnings beat, but is it enough to satisfy the market? That is a different view. So DHT, Kevin, sure thing. DHT, that's shipping, yeah. That is shipping. I think it's shipping. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Maybe. Maybe I need to go to my standard one there. It should have all the. It should have. Stop it. Have all my lines on here. So. Yeah. DHT holdings. Oh, okay. Sure. I don't know if you have been following my, the streams from shipping. We were buying at that breakout there. We've bought here and that breakout. And for now, actually, I can see, I didn't look at it. We have had, is it dividends? Dividends soon? Oh, dividends. Okay, they're paying dividends. Okay, that's maybe why, they are coming down a bit there. So, but we have to buy there and we had to buy on the break there. 2 clips, at least I did, for the dividend. And as long as we are above this green double rail right there, I'm just sitting tight, doing absolutely nothing here. 9% dividend, so not too bad. Obviously, that false breakout is not ideal, but again, if it is due to dividends, getting paid here, I think yesterday we had the X date, and that's right here. So you're having dividends, and then yes, you have some selling here today as well. But so this is basically purely dividend based. Can be adjusted. It doesn't matter. So I'm not worried yet at all. As long as this green option holds, I'm very much happy with my purchase here. Also longer term, we have, let's make it blue here for you guys. There it is, coming there. So you have the 2 pits here. You have a very deep left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and basically over here we were breaking out, retesting, and then again the odds favors that we are going at least up to the red one here in my view. The measured move roughly for that head and shoulders is at roughly 21-22. So still some way to go. And again, you're getting paid roughly 10% dividend per year. So it's not a stock that has, that will blast 10% per day, but definitely it's a nice cushion to your portfolio. So yeah, anything else? I mean, you can just ask me anything, basically. I will be here for some time, and then I will do two videos on, I will do the short-term 15 minutes URNM update. We did get that bounce that we were looking for. The question is now, is it enough? And yeah, so basically that is what I will do after the recording, and then I will do the daily scoreboard update, Twitter, and I will not be doing at least not that many individual stocks in that update. I think I will start to have these stocks in the daily update for the members for the channel here. So the stock picks and all that will be for daily members if you want to see that. Hey Lucas. EVC, you know my take on EVC. I think long term at least, there is no denying. This is the monthly, so very, very, very long term. You have the 2008 peak here. But basically what's happening here, breaking out of that. Remember, this is log scale. I can show you the regular scale after this. It's also very bullish on the regular. You have the broken golden channel here, and then for like 4 years, 3 years, we had that blue squeeze. There it is in the making, and we are breaking out, retesting from above now. So overall, I find EVC incredibly bullish for the next few years. In order for me to get to not be correct in that assessment, is that we have to really get way below here. Then it's a very different view. But you're also getting paid 6% dividend, and I have 2 positions that I bought. I can't remember exactly, but somewhere here, August, July, September, and my plan is to hold this until we reach, maybe up to this cluster up here. So within, I don't know, 3 years time or so. So it's not like, it's not like you will gain 500%, but definitely my take is just to take the dividends and then, have like 100%, hopefully 150% upside, depending on how we get there. But 100% over 4 years while you collect the dividends, it's a good, steady investments without a lot of volatility, for the most part. So the regular scale, you can see here as well. If you don't mind, I'm just going to remove that red one there. So this is the standard, nominal, regular, whatever you want to call it, scale. That's, incredibly bullish, no denying that. So as long as we are above here, I mean, that's just, yeah, I like what I see, that is for sure. And now I lost my beautiful blue line there. No, roughly like that. Stop it, there it is, good. So yeah, EWC, fantastic. Or set, set, I don't know, you know what I mean. The Brazilian ETF here, fantastically bullish. Hello, Frank. Frank Lerin. Yes, oil. Actually, again, it's not to promote, but I have I'm looking into some energies here for the members this evening, and I think energies, where oil obviously is included, is, I mean, long term they look incredibly well, So I want to remove all this. I want to keep that internal stuff there because I used that for. But anyways, so basically we have this, just a bit of history here. We have this 2008 long-term macro, Elliott wave collapse there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, huge collapse, where oil actually went negative, insanely enough. Then we have this breakout here, and now basically we're just having bullish consolidation above that golden triangle right here. So definitely long term, yes, oil looks incredibly bullish. Could we have one final flush here? Yes, we could. Daily stuff, now we're zooming in, obviously. Daily stuff here, as I've mentioned many times, we have a neckline here that I want to see break. Inverted head and shoulders, boom, boom. And the measured move is, if I remember correctly, roughly 90. So somewhere up here. So yeah, that's the short-term stuff. Long-term stuff, I'm incredibly bullish. That huge macro breakout, and then we're coming down, retesting within a wedge pattern. I mean, that's just a good sign that oil will go higher. Not will, but have a good odds of going higher. Also, I'm not here to sell any high numbers, but you also have to admire that channel right there. And maybe just 1 second here. I need to go to my daughter. 1 second here. I'll be right back, guys. Sorry. Ah, yes, I'm back again here. Basically, what I'm saying is that you have this parallel channel here. Don't mind that, COVID crashed there, but we could actually maybe, you know, see a scenario where we will have a huge move to the upside, you know, into the late of this decade. And that could mean, again, I'm not here to do any chart, you know, high numbers, hype anything, but again, the chart suggests that you could actually see, you know, $300 oil over the next 6 years or so, 8 years maybe. But again, that's long term. That's not tomorrow. That is for sure. So I hope that answered your question, Frank. Phoebe Pan, let's see, HLX, high energy mirror. I don't. Okay. Okay. Just very briefly, just seeing if something makes sense here. It's a bit, you know, 2008 crash, then you have the 14, okay, and then you have, okay, so it's definitely some oil stuff here. That is my take, isn't it? Oil, offshore energy, yeah, has to be oil, right? So basically, we have had a massive run up here, and I'm gonna go to the weekly maybe. So again, usually I don't like to buy into a stock that has run this late. I want to see some deeper pullbacks or a lot longer consolidation. That's just my personal preference, but that doesn't mean that, you know, this isn't bullish, because it really is. This goes back to 2016. So you can see here on the weekly, we have broken, we have broken that golden trend line right here, and we're now having, you know, bullish consolidation above. So yeah, basically you have a tiny wedge pattern going on there. And I don't know exactly about the lower trend line. That's not purely well defined. But again, I wouldn't, you know, rule out that we could have some sort of retest down here. So maybe it's a bull flag or maybe it's a pennant. I'm not quite sure, because I need a new low to really decide. Could also be that you have a flat bottom here. So again, bit iffy, but I do think that we will actually retest that major breakout. Very, very often you get the retests, and hopefully you do it within a bull flag here. That would be incredibly bullish. Retest, and then you very often just blast higher from there. So yeah, also I think we have one major golden trend line coming in there, connecting the previous two highs. So again, if we break here on that bull flag, the obvious target would be 13, from 9 to 13. Yeah. You can also see here, just for view, that this zone here between 2.4 and 2.7, you know, is, you know, the floor basically. Yes, we collapsed here. Obviously, that's the anomaly, 2020. But definitely, if you see a bull flagging here and we tag it, and you start to see buyers coming in, you can definitely buy into that and have a stop below that golden trend line. Again, do your own due diligence, obviously, but that would be a fantastic entry. Very tight stop, and you can sell it there. You have a great risk reward. We can add it in here if you want to play the short term. Long position, let's say we come down to roughly here, we get a bounce, stop below, and we have a target. So you are having, again, this is just purely playing with, you know, the idea. It's not the exact levels, but again, you could have a 7-to-1 risk reward here if you want to play that bounce, if it happens, obviously, up to that golden trend line. I do think, however, that when we get there, we will get rejected. This will be the third time, and then we will have a dribble. And then actually the fourth time is very often where you break. So overall, I think it looks incredibly bullish. I would wait to see how that potential bull flag plays out. Yeah, that's my take on that one. Is it a big company? It's quite big. I actually think I'll add it into my energy view right there. So thank you very much. Hey Jimmy, tips for starting a YouTube channel. What I will say is, I thought about starting 1.5 years ago, but I think I was overthinking, you know, everything, and for that reason I waited way too long. So my take to you is just get started and have a, you know, just getting started basically, and have, you know, an idea what you want to do, and yeah, just keep improving, keep posting videos, even though you basically at the start you will have very low view count, obviously, But if you improve, if you have some good content, the viewers will come. Not in one day, not in 1 week, not 1 month even, but over time you'll get the viewers, and slowly but surely you will get better at producing content and all that good stuff. So just get started and write down the ideas, your plan. Just basically just get started to get the experience with talking to people. I certainly has improved a lot over the past 8 months, 9 months worth of doing this. At the start I was very nervous every single time I had to speak to you guys, even though I'm sitting here by myself. But slowly and surely you get used to it, and it will feel like you're talking to an audience that you're not scared, in quote, you're not scared of them. You're just speaking to them, trying to say what you see, what you have to say, and if people like it, they will come. So just get started. That's all I can say. And that's my take. Get started. I hope that helped you, Jimmy. 1 second here. I'll be right back once again. Excuse me for the delay here. Oops, I'm back again here. Excuse me for that delay. Miguel Vargas, here from Spain, or Vargas? I know that's a Spanish last name, I think. I don't know. What do you think of F3 uranium? Yeah, okay, sure. Let's look at F3 uranium. FUU. I'll just give me the long-term stuff here. Basically, what I'm looking at is my maximum greed target is that inverted head and shoulders there, right there. And you have a massive, beautiful retest. And now we're coming up higher again. So basically, right now we're just coiling here. And we should resolve to the upside. Again, nothing is certain. But again, we are coming into a move where this can run rapidly to the upside. And the target that I'm getting is basically the low. You can see the head there, all the way up to the top of the neckline. You add that on top, and that's basically how I got the target. So that is my maximum greed target. So depending on how we get there, I will hopefully have a full position, but maybe I take profit along the way, depending if we get some sort of big topping patterns until we get there. I could sell into that short-term wedge. Yes, I know we might go down and then hopefully higher again, but still, that is my target there, 3.3-ish. So, and we are pulling back how much right now? We broke out there and we're only down, in quotes, we're only down 20%. Again, 20% in the uranium space is, more or less day-to-day business. Not day-to-day, but week-to-week. You have 40 here. You have, again, 40, 40, 40. So again, a 20% pullback here. Who gives a beep? And again, if you add the moving averages, they are coming up nicely. So there is demand coming in on the long-term time frame. So definitely. Edge. Okay, let's see here. Good old Edge. You were mentioning. Where are you? There you are. AUGG. Augusta Gold. It's an OTC one. How big is the company? It's a small company, obviously. So keep that in mind, really. And small companies are very often very erratic, because there's not a lot of liquidity. Therefore, sometimes you get some massive moves down here. Definitely, ever since the 2021 peak there, we are making lower lows, lower highs, bear flag right there. So in my view, if I were to look at this one here, I would say that this is that blow off top there. First wave down, second wave, third wave is probably here, fourth, and then we're looking for the fifth. Again, the fifth, could actually be over here because we have made that lower low, but usually they are pretty deeper. So are there any? It's a bit of a messy chart, to be honest. I don't have exact. We have some horizontal lines coming in there. 1.1 is a big level, and then we have the COVID lows here. Is right there also. Yeah, I'm just seeing if there's anything. And then we want to see how this one is. Do we have a channel over there? No. Okay, I think it's okay. It is actually okay here. We have this parallel channel coming in there within our count here. So definitely, again, that is my view here for this one. Do we have any shorter term stuff that we can maybe go off? We have some internal stuff here, but that's the angle is very deep. Okay, it's not the worst actually. It's not the worst stuff going on here, but again, it's very messy due to the low liquidity. So maybe wait a bit more to see how this one plays out. It's not a typical bottoming pattern. Yes, you have some sort of double bottom there, but again, these small ones can be very tricky. But definitely you have a line coming down there, breakout, retest. So you have, yeah, it's a bit iffy. I would wait to see if we have any sort of bullish stuff going on here. Yes, we're buying in higher, but it will also give us more certainty. So yeah. Again, sorry, but it's a pretty messy chart, so it's very difficult to chart. Again, if we come down to these lows here within, then I think that's if you believe that gold will go higher, obviously, and my take on gold, that would be an amazing opportunity getting in at the COVID lows. This was when, people thought the world was ending. So if we get down there again, that wouldn't be the worst entry ever made. So good, Jimmy. Thank you. Schlinging, I think that I butchered your name, but you're talking about Uranium Royalty Corp. I don't think a bit of I want to remove that. So obviously this, whoops, excuse me. What happened here, it's teasing me, that that breakout here was just textbook, really. Into the neckline, retest, deeper pullback, and then we broke out, and then we're coming down again. This is not ideal. It has actually pulled back quite a bit here, 30%. Ideally, we want to stay above. So yeah, it's not, again, uranium, I think long term is fantastic, and if you're looking at the pullbacks, there it is. You can see here again, we're coming into the 30 weekly. So again, I want to show you here, we are actually getting down to some sort of retest of that triangle, but very quickly we want to get back above that neckline. That is for sure. Also want to show you that actually also this is just a lovely rounding bottom, possibly, right? And then we get some sort of handle stuff, and then maybe we can go higher. So we're still making higher highs and higher lows here on the weekly, but yeah, not ideal that we lost that level after that breakout retest, failed retest, coming down again. Not the best thing, but the technicals are still in favor. We're still in the inclining 30 weekly and making hopefully a lower low right here at that triangle right there. So hopefully. That's a very difficult name to pronounce. No, I'm actually from Denmark. I think Casper is I wouldn't say a common name in Denmark, but it is definitely, it's not a common name. It's somewhat, yeah, a bit rare to be honest, but, are you from the Netherlands? Okay. But Vargas, isn't that, doesn't that have Spanish roots, I think? I don't know. Peabody Energy and Whitehaven, Dida do. I cannot say here because that is one thing I will cover for the paid subscribers or members here in like 1 hour or so. So I cannot comment on that one. I'm sorry. I am sorry. Impact Silver. I've heard that one before. I think it's a very small one, right? It has to be this one here. Wow, it's come down a long way. Holy smokes. It's good. Wow, these moves are just holy bananas, and they're just insane. Just amazed by the pullbacks, really. Yeah, I'm just thinking here. Maybe we have to focus on this one here because I was just trying to see if there was something here, but not really. I think we have to focus on this 4 year long. Definitely we have a golden trend line from the tops here, right there. And then the lower one. Yeah, okay, makes sense. Okay. So definitely this is without a doubt, the channel that we have been in ever since August 2020. Also, I just saw this one here. We have a gap there, which is definitely getting filled, I think. It was due to the fact that we have come down this far. It's getting filled. But again, I'm very confident that we are way closer to the bottom here than the top, as I often say. You can also somewhat clearly see the technicals, at least that's how I see it, that we had that roughly, the classic massive move up into a big bear flag, and then ever since it is just a one-way street. You can find this setup here on Platinum as well in 2020, and it looks, not the same, but ever since that long-term bear flag broke down, it's just been, more or less down, sideways to down for Platinum. And then you have a level here. You can see here we tried to bottom out, we didn't have it, we broke down here. And so you can see every time we're trying to do something, it's basically sideways action or bear flagging. So do we have anything positive to say here right now? Maybe actually. I want to add it in here like that. Then we have a blue wedge here. So if I were interested in this very small one here, 30 million, it's a very, very little company. I would hope to get the gap fill, and then hopefully we can blast higher. But again, yeah, these small miners are very difficult, and basically very often they are not a long-term hold. They are more like a momentum play, trade or anything. It's so yeah, definitely intriguing, with that gap fill. Also, you can see that gap fill is the last time, when we really, a bit messy here, but anyways, you can see here that was also when the bull market started in 2016, where we have that huge spike. So again, we are now back to previous bull market starts right there. So yeah, but not the prettiest one long term. It's basically just going sideways, right? Basically one big sinus wave here. Well, not a sine wave, obviously, but we came to Impact Silver. Thank you, John, for this live. Yeah, I'm doing this, every once in a while, but definitely want to do it more often. again, just to have a nice discussion here with you guys, and you can ask some questions. It's just, yeah, it's fine. It's cozy. It's cozy for sure. Stuart, let's have a look at Fortuna. The good old Fortuna mines. Where are you? There it is. Fortuna silver, right? It's Fortuna. Just gonna remove that just to see here. I think last time this was on the stream as well. There's a huge, right here, right through there, you can see how important that level is. Again, it is funny, I mentioned that last time as well, 4.2 or 42 on a chart and 420. It's funny how, important that level is. You can go check it out. On some chart, it's just remarkable. Anyways, that's a different discussion. Isn't it something that the answer to everything is 42? I think I've heard that saying before. So yeah, Fortuna silver mines here. I'm really only focused on this part here. I want to point out though, you can see here that levels do matter. Technicals do really matter right there. You can see here some sort of inverted head and shoulders. And when we broke down, it's game over. Even though if this was a false breakdown, you have to get out when you see these. You can always buy back in again, but you don't want to be in all this crap down here. Excuse me for my language, but again, you have to get out when you see massive technical breakdowns. And yes, if this was a false breakdown, you can always buy back in depending on how you want to do it. You can buy if you get back above and all that, but you pay like maybe a few % premium for that. But again, if you don't want to be in this bad stuff over here, that is for sure. Okay. Hopefully we will not take out that low right there, because that could be some sort of wicked inverted head and shoulders here. It's not the best of the best, so I do hope that we are making a tiny fraction higher low here. And then again, when and if we get above that 4.2, that is when things, become very exciting. We have the downtrend here, sideways action, so hopefully, we can start to grind higher and then we can blast. The 30 weekly, where is the 30 weekly? You can see here we're still below the 30 weekly, so it's definitely not, some sort of stage 2 buying at the moment. It's still in the stage 1 sideways action. Also, the COVID lows is way down here. No, it's there, excuse me, but yeah. Short-term daily stuff. What can we find? I think this move here is overdone. I think we're getting a bounce. The reasoning is I'm always looking for 1 to 5 moves. Sometimes you can have a fourth, but definitely when I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I know very often we are at the end of that move. It doesn't mean that we are just going to blast, but it could be that we're just going for a bounce, and then we can obviously roll over, or we can do something different. But if you get these counts 1 to 5, you are ahead of the curve, really, if you can find these counts there. So here's a good example, to be honest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then typically, this is the low, but then we had that fourth mega collapse. Again, Fortuna, it's a bit iffy here. No clear signs. We're below the 30 weekly moving average, and that is usually always a sign not to do anything really, and wait until we get above and have some sort of excuse to get in some sort of bullish pattern on the lower time frames. Did I do the subscribers? I think it's only, what is it, $2 per month or so. And I think next to the subscription button, you can find a become a member or member button or something like that at my homepage for YouTube. So I hope you like it, but I'll definitely do more of the more specific stock kind of thing, you know, over there. I will still do, you know, all the daily stuff for free for you guys, obviously, because I like doing these. And again, I'm getting better at speaking English and presenting, and it has just helped me so much regarding my, you know, confidence, and it's just amazing. It's not only financial, but it's also on a personal level. Doing these kind of things here is just, it's amazing, really. So thank you for being a part of this journey for me. It's fantastic. Go gold. It had a massive run here. Holy smokes. How much was that? Okay, nice. Must be nice. But really, if we're looking at it here without any trend lines, no nothing, no anything, the uptrend is very clear. Higher high, higher lows, and then we're starting to roll over. And you can see here, ever since we haven't made a single weekly high yet. I would wait for a weekly high. Yes, you're buying in at a higher price, but again, this one could go on for a long time. The daily here, what's happening here? Okay. Don't quote me on this, but if I think we're starting to see some heavy selling here. You can see the volume kicking in. Again, I want to show you the overall long-term stuff. We have come down pretty damn far, right? As you can see, ever since we topped out here, we have come down very far, and we have actually made, you know, three waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, excuse me, so 3 lower lows. Again, if we get that spike here, usually nothing is set in stone. That is, you know, a blow off top, end of trend kind of move. So if we see a lot of, you know, red days here with volume, again, these are very difficult to buy into because you're buying into a lot of selling pressure. But again, when it's very easy to buy, you should buy, and then it's very easy to sell, you should obviously sell. Again, that's not something that I normally do, but I've seen this very often. If you start to see something tanking there, you get a snapback. So this is the last remaining bulls, and people going short, and then they're getting stuck, you know, with the short squeeze initially. So if you want to play that, you can see here we have some levels, you know, coming in here, roughly in this vicinity. Yes, we have a level here again over there, which we're trying to hold for the second time. But if we get a flush here, buying into these is actually very contrarian. But again, I think gold will go way higher, and again, we are a lot closer to the bottom here than the top. But again, buying against the herd is very difficult, but you know, you need to do what the herd is not doing. And if everyone is selling here at the end of such a massive puke from 3 down to 0.7, yeah, that's often rewarded. Again, you shouldn't unload your entire savings, but again, you can start an initial position, and then you can have maybe a clip or two when you get into the uptrend. So drink water. Hey Casper, hope all is well. Okay, URNJ against Cameco. That's quite specific, but obviously we have to look at that. That's a given. CCJ. I have some random doodles here. Again, you can see here that, you know, we have like what we have. We have 1 year worth of data. Actually, more or less to the tick, right? Oh, a bit over, but 1 year worth of data. That's not a lot, but still. We had that breakout here. You can see actually, depending on how do we want to make that, we have the upper there. It's very difficult to align, you know, the trend lines for URNJ because it's very, very all over the place. So it's very difficult, very, very difficult. So I want to something like this. We're getting a bit of a daily hammer here in favor of URNJ. That's nice to see. Ideally, we would want that triangle high to hold over there, which clearly it didn't, and actually it aligns up pretty well with the breakdown from that rising wedge right here. But again, we are still in the stage 2 uptrend, and nothing to worry about per se. We are still doing quite nice, and again, the daily hammer there, it's good to see. It is very good to see. I want to check the fib levels. How are they doing? Oh, it's the other way around. It's the other way around. Okay. But yes, I think if we get that next level up, hopefully, when and if we get that next level up in uranium miners, I think the smaller ones, the mid cap, the smaller ones will outperform Chemical. Chemical will do well, obviously, but well, not obviously, but Chemical will do well. But I think the smaller ones, like for instance Energy Fuels and Denison Mines, all these mid-tier stuff, I think they will do very well if and when we start to continue the uptrend. Because we are still in a state, we are still in an uptrend for this is URNM. Clearly, 30 weekly, it's a massive uptrend. So it's still buy the dip mode, really. Getting a nice candlestick there. Bit early, but again, I will cover that, in the uranium URNM short-term recap very soon. Okay, 10 more minutes, I think, guys, and then I have to do I will do the recordings, and then they will have to be uploaded, and then I need to sleep. I need to get some rest. Where did we go to? Oh, thank you, Lucas, for those kind words right there. Regarding the membership, yeah, it's very cheap. Again, I don't know. I mean, I just tried to add it in there, and then if people enjoy it, and they want to, contribute to my work, then it's just icing on the cake, really. LEU, yeah, baby, that's a nice name. I love that. LEU, yeah, baby, we can do that. Centrus Energy Corp. We're going to do a bit of history long term here. We have a golden, lovely trend line here. We actually have two. We have one main, which connect that high, and this is the main one because it is finding a high here, and then there, and then we're breaking on the fourth. Massive retest, and then later on we have that huge move higher there, which then is where you can connect this one here. Yes, I would have preferred to have some sort of touch there to really emphasize that trend line, but you cannot get that always. Short-term stuff, basically, just 1 second, I have to get to my daughter again. Excuse me, guys. Good, I'm back again. It's funny, last night she slept all the way through, and this evening it's just been a mess. I'm sorry for that. Oh, we have to look at the earnings also. Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, but anyways, LEU here, coming into some mega blue support here. We have had a lot of selling coming in there. Again, I'm expecting a bounce to get back above, and hopefully that is the key when we go higher. But again, I don't see much more selling here. This has been just devastation, really, and yeah, I'm confident that we're getting a bounce here very soon for LEU. Again, people are way too bearish, and I think we'll see a bounce here. Also, we need a bounce, right? We need to get back above that golden and stay there. So, but yes, it's been lagging quite a bit. But they are not a miner, right? They are more like a centrifuge or energy. I don't know the exact word for it in English, but they're more like, is it conversion or something? I can't remember exactly. So we will quickly, as Dietrich mentioned here, go to the earnings, NVIDIA earnings. NVIDIA. Okay. Down 1%. 0.89. Very no. It's gonna be funny to see if we get below the daily low here for today at roughly 662. You can see here we have some short-term wedging going on right there. We are breaking that here after hours. Let's go to the 15. Let's go short-term and see, or 5 minutes. That is. Now we're doing some on-the-fly TA here. That's beautiful. 5-minute chart. So it's plus right now. I think if I were to add in where we need to get above, it would be roughly here, right there. If we get above there, we can have, you know, a lot more upside. And I wouldn't rule it out ever due to the fact we've broken that short-term wedge here. But let's see again these, you know, pre-market and after, you know, post and pre-market things are very, that's very erratic. I'm not looking that much into it, and yeah. So let's see here, if we close it here in 5 minutes, maybe we can see the next candle. But that is how I see it here. If it can get above, excuse me, there it is, post earnings, excuse me, boom, there it blasted. You can see 1.5, now it's coming in. You can see it's pushing up here, pushing up, okay. So post earnings is up there. This was the close, yeah, excuse me, that was the close here for today, and now we're having post, you know, a lot of algos and a lot of interpretations of the report, all that good stuff. So, but yeah, let's see. Okay, where did we just jumped a bit there? So LEU, SGY, I believe it's a Canadian Stock Exchange. SGY, what is that? Surge Energy? That's a, well, that's a okay, I think very quickly, not to draw it out, yeah, perfect, and you have a bull flag straight above, roughly somewhere here. Maybe it's not a bull flag, maybe it's more like a pennant, but I think you get my point there. You can add them in yourself. So overall here, then we have an internal, doing very quickly, we can make it a minor one and make it dotted, like that. So basically massive breakout and bullish consolidation here, very bullish. Horizontal levels is, I would add in the gap there. You can see the gap down, touch, and we dipped a bit below and now we're back above again. If we go to the 1 hourly, I'm pretty sure we have a falling wedge into that. Yeah, we do. Boom, right there it is. Straight across the board, perfect. You can see perfect alignment here on the 1 hourly, and yeah, that's just beautiful. It's lovely. I really perfect. So overall, long term, as long as we're in this bull flag, this one should, again, should, nothing is certain, obviously, but very bullish price action here on the weekly, very bullish. If we break above here, you will also get above the 30 weekly, maybe some retesting, and then you could really see some high prices for this one. So that's a nice one, actually. I want to add this one to my energy section there. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. It's incredibly bullish. I like that. 1, 2. Yeah, it's really good. It's really good. Amazing. Thank you. That was a great stock tip, actually. Great one. And if we get a flash crash, if we look at the other side of the coin, right? If we get like a massive puke, buying that blue bad boy there is again, you know, you're getting a second chance really to buy insanely cheap. But ideally, we just wanted to hold in here and then blast higher. So that's a nice one. It has dividends. Wow, yeah, 7%. Even better, man. Even better. You know, at the end of each month, I add to my dividend portfolio, and this one, maybe, it's nice, really, amazing. That's why we do this. I haven't seen this one before, and now I have a an amazing long-term possible, you know, stock here that I can make some money on. So thank you for that. Amazing stuff. Thank you. Amazing. 2.2% post earnings here. I think the SM, what's it called? That one is probably also going higher. Yeah, of course it is. Okay. So. Sure. Coffee? I could look at coffee. I just have been drinking some coffee. So, nat gas. Oh, we jumped a bit here. We need DDA. Nat gas here. Is it already a button or only? Okay. Nat gas. Good old natty. It's just we do the Henry Hub. I have a lot of lines going on here. Holy smokes. But yeah, same thing here again. What I'm looking into is we have the first move down, second mega move. This is typically the longest one. Typically, you can have a longer third wave down, or excuse me, the wave 5. But usually they are longer than number 1, but shorter than wave 3. And also the wave is a lot quicker. The wave 5 is usually a lot quicker than the rest of the two, even though this has been quite steep. So yeah, I do think we are close to a possible bottom here. I do want to add one into the mix here, that we could actually see a puke all the way down to that lower trend line. If we get down to there, that's one heck of a buying opportunity. If you get down to there, I'm not saying that we are. Definitely today's bounce here is quite big. But again, you can still see here we are still below some big levels. That golden trend line coming down there, we're actually retesting from below, and that one there. So mega resistance, but we are insanely stretched from the moving average, which is starting to turn down, by the way. And that could speak in favor of that last touch over there. I would wait. I wouldn't, again, if you want to have a position in that gas, you can make a, you know, a small, like a 1/3%, you know, into this one here or whatever. But doing, you know, your entire position here, I think you will experience a lot of stress and anxiety. There will be times when hopefully we can buy here into the winter. So, once again, sorry guys, be right back. Okay, so guys, I have to leave. My daughter just threw up for some reason. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Again, I love doing these streams. So yeah, have a great evening, guys. And sorry for the quick cut here in the stream. Have a great day, guys. Bye.